My dear students, get ready for ICSE Semester 1 examination. This is a mock test carrying 25 marks. There are 25 questions for you and I advise you to solve these questions on your own. I'll read out the questions along with the options and I'll tell the answers at the end of every, say, 10th or 12th question. Come on, let's begin. What kind of a life does the free bird not lead? And the options are easygoing, carefree lifestyle, completely immobilized, has a sense of entitlement, or lack of restrictions. I'm trying to go a little slow so that you can choose the right answer. Kindly check the description box for all the links because we have plenty of multiple choice questions on each literary piece of your syllabus. So, what kind of a life does a free bird not lead? I'm moving on to the second question now. Take a sheet of paper or your notebook and write down the answers. Bars of rage is an example of which figure of speech? Is it a metaphor? Is it a simile? Or an example of onomatopoeia or alliteration? Bars of rage. I hope you know from which poem this expression is taken. Bars of rage. By now, you're familiar with your text. I'm moving on to the third question. Yes. Which of the following is not associated with the Gujar men and women in the blue bead? Not associated. Read the questions carefully. Turquoise and opals, silver jewelry, cultivation and agriculture, or both 1 and 2. Options 1 and 2, that is turquoise and opals, silver jewelry. Now take a pick, make your choice and make the right choice. Yes, the blue bead. We have again ample multiple choice questions for your practice. Read the text as well. These are reference questions, reference materials, a guideline. What according to Portia will happen if Bassanio parts with this ring? Let it presage the ruin of your love and be my vantage to exclaim on you. Parts from this finger, then parts life from hence. Even at that time I may be married to, or with oaths of love at last, if promise last. These are the 4 options. I have quoted these options from the text. So, again, you need to read the text thoroughly. There is no shortcut, no last-minute suggestions, nothing. If you have read the text properly, you will be able to answer all questions. Moving on to the next question. I hope you're making your choices. In all her life, Sibia had never owned anything but dash, finery, and Anna, a rag, or a rag and even one Anna. What is the right answer? Very easy. It's from the blue bead. I'm giving you time. I'm waiting for you to make your choice. The next one now. Why did the little girl not dare to go home? Little girl, the little match girl, not dare to go home. What is the reason? She had not earned a single penny. The second option, she would be beaten up by her father. The third option, it was cold at home. or all of the above? All these reasons or just a single reason for her not daring to go home? The next one now. What was not present on the table as visioned by the little match girl? Tiny candle, roast goose stuffed with apples and prunes, a shining white cloth, beautiful china. Yes, I know that this is easy for you. A simple question. So, I'm moving on to the next one now. This is a quotation, ... but in such a habit. What does habit mean? Manners, condition, words, or costume? What is the meaning of habit? Annotations are very important. Everything is important. Minute study is a must in the case of cracking multiple choice questions. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit difficult for you. Still, there is time. Prepare yourselves. So, what does habit mean? And you have already chosen the right answer, I guess. So, I'm moving on to the next question. Which of the following does not present the protagonist in the little match girl as the picture of misery? So, you must be careful about 2 points here. Does not present, and it's about the protagonist. And who is the protagonist in the little match girl? You know that very well. Picture of misery, her poverty-stricken condition. So, there are many layers. So, you need to read the questions really well. Take your time. Time management is important, but take your time. Concentration is very essential. Concentrate. Bareheaded and barefoot, shivering and hungry, thin hands which were almost numb with cold, or gentle, kind and loving. Yes, these are the 4 options. Bareheaded and barefoot, shivering and hungry, thin hands which were almost numb with cold, gentle, kind and loving. Now, after this question, I'm going to discuss the answers and then I'll read the other questions. She struck another. It burnt clearly, and where the light fell upon the walk, the bricks became transparent like gauze. Identify the figure of speech, the literary device, personification, antithesis, allegory, simile. Again, check the description box because we have a video completely dedicated to the discussion of figures of speech. Personification, antithesis, allegory and simile. It's time for the answers now. Very quickly, question 1, the answer. What kind of a life does the free bird not lead? The answer is completely immobilized. Easygoing, carefree lifestyle, yes. Has a sense of entitlement, yes. Lack of restrictions, perfectly okay. So the right answer is the second option. Bars of rage is an example of which figure of speech? The right answer is metaphor. A comparison between 2 different things, and the comparison is not direct, it is implied, unlike that of a simile. The next one. We have discussed all these questions, all these concepts in detail in our videos, so have a look. Which of the following is not associated with the Gujar men and women in the blue bead? The right answer is both 1 and 2. Silver jewelry is associated with the Gujar men and women, and turquoise and opals, cultivation and agriculture are not associated with Gujar men and women. What according to Portia will happen if Bassanio parts with this ring? The first option is the right answer. Let it presage the ruin of your love and be my vantage to exclaim on you. The meaning of exclaim is accuse you. In all her life, Sylvia had never owned anything but the right answer is a rag. Why did the girl not dare to go home? All of the above. Because she had not earned a single penny, because she knew that she would be beaten up by her father and it was cold at home. The right answer, all of the above. What was not present on the table as visioned by the little match girl? The table? Yes. The right answer is the tiny candle. The other three options were present on the table. The next one now. But in such a habit. What does habit mean? But in such a habit. These words are uttered by Portia to Nerissa. And the meaning of habit is costume. The next one. Which of the following does not present the protagonist in The Little Match Girl as the picture of misery? Not present, therefore, gentle, kind and loving. Bareheaded, barefoot, shivering and hungry, thin hands, numb with cold, extreme cold, picture of misery. She struck another, it burnt clearly, and where the light fell upon the walk, the bricks became transparent like gauze. The figure of speech here is simile, like gauze. Now, again, let's begin the questions. Start solving. Granny, cried the little girl, what is the significance of this vision? She wants to meet her grandmother before her own death. It's just a dream. It is a manifestation of her inner craving for the loving care of her grandmother, or she is recollecting her past. What is the right answer? This is a very interesting question. Lovely. She wants to meet her grandmother before her own death. It's just a dream. It is a manifestation of her inner craving for the loving care of her mother. She is recollecting her past. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. The next question now. Which figure of speech is used when Sylvia exclaims, something did, I found a blue bead for my necklace, look. Dramatic irony, metaphor, simile, transferred epithet. Dramatic irony, metaphor, simile, transferred epithet. Something did, I found a blue bead for my necklace, look. Sylvia exclaims, and who is the listener? The mother. Yes, here it is. The next question. Which of the following words is not appropriate for the description of the crocodile? Blackish brown, shiny scarlet, ferocious and formidable, prehistoric juggernaut. Blackish brown, shiny scarlet, ferocious and formidable, or prehistoric juggernaut. Yes, it's easy. Description of the crocodile is important. Read that. And here the question is not appropriate. Keep this in mind. The next one. What was the color of the rag worn by Sylvia? Earth colored, blue, green or yellow? Color of the rag. Earth colored, blue, green or yellow. Now, the caged bird is a symbol of all African Americans and their fight for freedom. The struggle of being a black author whose words are not heard. The struggle of one who longs for freedom, all of the above. These are the 4 options. Symbolism. The caged bird is symbolic of what? Read the options carefully and answer the question. Yes. Now, slowly. The next question. Which adjective is used by Portia to describe the times that put bars between the owners and their rights? The times that put bars between the owners and their rights. Torturer, naughty, bleared, ambitious. Torturer, naughty, bleared, ambitious. Torturer times, naughty times, bleared times or ambitious times that put bars between the owners and their rights. The next one, who is the Superman of classical mythology? Is it Mars, Hercules, Alcides, both options 2 and 3? Who is the Superman of classical mythology? Read the options carefully. Superman. The next one. This is from The Merchant of Venice. Superman of classical mythology. The allusions. The mythological allusions are very significant. Don't overlook them. Learn them. Now, the next one. Which of the following does not make Portia exceed account in comparison to Bassanio? Virtues, livings, friends, or wishes? Virtues, livings, friends, or wishes? I hope you're writing it down in your notebook, the answers, so that you can do the corrections a little later. I am bound to go a little quickly because this is after all a video and there is time constraint. I cannot just make a lengthy video, but I am trying to give you some time so that you can take a pick. The next one. Who bets Bassanio and Portia that whoever gets the first son wins 1,000 ducats? Who bets Bassanio and Portia that whoever gets the first son wins 1,000 ducats? Salerno or Salerio, Solanio, Lorenzo or Gratiano? Thorough reading of the text, a must. This question is also very interesting. Now, did you write down the answer? Did you make your choice? I'm waiting for you. Yes. Now, these are not last-minute suggestions. Keep this in mind. These are reference questions. You will study your book and then study all these questions or whatever reference book you have. Don't just rely on the reference materials. Books plus reference materials is equal to a complete preparation. You cannot replace one with the other. What is the meaning of constitution in nothing in the world could turn so much the constitution of any constant man? Fortune, condition, complexion, honor. Constitution. Fortune, condition, complexion, honor. The Merchant of Venice. If you have read the text thoroughly, I hope you're able to locate this particular word or these lines in the context, in the proper context. If you are able to do so, then answering the question is very easy, a simple one. Now, the next one. Oh dear discretion, how his words are suited. Whose words are suited? Lorenzo, Gratiano, Bassanio or Launcelot? Lorenzo, Gratiano, Bassanio or Launcelot? Oh dear discretion, how his words are suited. Again, The Merchant of Venice. Nay, let me praise you while I have a stomach. There is a slight spelling mistake. and I have rectified it. Nay, let me praise you while I have a stomach. Explain stomach. Appetite for dinner. Deep love, desire to praise you. Options 1 and 3. That is, appetite for dinner or desire to praise you. Annotation section. Stomach. Yes. Browning's philosophy of world and heaven reflected in the poem The Patriot is: God is always benevolent, God is in his heaven and all is right with the world. Heaven is always better than this earthly life. This world is a heaven created by God. Browning's philosophy of world and heaven. The poem is The Patriot. Okay, now again, it's from The Patriot. The poem The Patriot is a scathing critique of public and violence, people's fickle-minded attitude, futility of public glory, or religious intolerance. We have 2 videos on The Patriot, an explanatory video and a multiple choice questions video. The description box and the playlist will guide you if you want to have a look. So it's a scathing criticism of what? Now, the patriot sleeping at the sun alludes to goddess Diana, Daedalus, Hercules, or Icarus. The allusion. The patriot sleeping at the sun alludes to what? We'll start discussing the answers right now. I'm waiting for you to finish the last question. Find out the right answer. Granny, cried the little girl, what is the significance of this vision? The third option, it is a manifestation of her inner craving for the loving care of her grandmother. The significance. Which figure of speech is used when Sibia exclaims, something did, I found a blue bead for my necklace, look. Dramatic irony. The first option. Which of the following words is not appropriate for the description of the crocodile? Shiny, scarlet. Blackish brown, ferocious and formidable, prehistoric juggernaut are all associated with the description of the crocodile. The right answer is shiny scarlet. What was the color of the rag worn by Sibia? Earth-colored. Earth-colored rag. The caged bird is a symbol of all of the above, all African Americans and their fight for freedom, the struggle of being a black author, Maya Angelou, whose words are not heard, the struggle of one who longs for freedom. The right answer is all of the above. Which adjective is used by Portia to describe the times that put bars between the owners and the rights? Naughty times. Who is the Superman of classical mythology? Both 2 and 3. Hercules, Alcides, same. The next one. Which of the following does not make Portia exceed a count in comparison to Bassanio? Fourth option, wishes, is the right answer. Who bets Bassanio and Portia that whoever gets the first son wins 1,000 ducats? The right answer is Gratiano. What is the meaning of constitution in nothing in the world could turn so much the constitution of any constant man? The meaning of constitution is complexion. Bassanio has become pale after reading the letter. Oh dear discretion, how his words are suited. Whose words are suited? Launcelot. Launcelot. Play of words. Next. Nay, let me praise you while I have a stomach. Explain stomach. Options 1 and 3. Appetite for dinner, desire to praise you. Check the annotation section, you will get the meaning. 2 meanings of stomach. Browning's philosophy of world and heaven reflected in The Patriot is God is in his heaven and all is right with the world. The poem The Patriot is a scathing critique of people's fickle-minded attitude. The Patriots leaping at the sun alludes to Icarus. There's a detailed description, there's a detailed explanation of this in our video on the Patriot. Multiple choice questions. Now my dear students, I hope you have done well. All the best and stay healthy.